Welcome back, Fox 8 News in the Morning. Today marks 2 weeks since George Floyd was killed in police custody. A protest over his killing continued nationwide and even around the world. So the question this morning is, how do you show up and stand up to racism? And we are joined by nationally recognized psychologist and author Dr. Deborah Plummer to talk about racial equality, inclusion, and respect. Doctor, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Got so much to get to, so I'm gonna just jump right in. We hear a lot about, implicit bias and unconscious bias and all of that, and then systemic racism. Could you briefly talk about what we're talking about here, what the terms mean?
Thank you. Good morning. Briefly, the terms mean that there you have discrimination. That would be at one end. The other end would be just racially insensitive remarks, or what we call microaggressions, or just being clueless around the implications of race in our country. And so, what we try to look at now is not so much as being who are racist, because sometimes people recoil, most people recoil when you call people racist, and even racists don't like to be called racist. So we talk about being anti-racist. So from the terms from Angela Davis and then Ibram Kendi, that either you're a racist or an anti-racist. In other words, you have to be working against it. And so I think that's what we're seeing right now with people wanting to know how to be a better anti-racist.
Okay, say for instance that you're not anti-racist, and that sometimes that feeling is so deep down inside. The question I have is, how do you change hearts?
Yeah. Well, I think you change hearts by creating climates where they want to, change. And I think that that's what's happening right now. What's different between now and the 1960s, I experience is that there's a far more diverse group out there. In terms of race and gender and sexual orientation and faith traditions. So we are joining together, around this cause and around this issue, rather than it just being the people who are impacted by it.
And that's good to see. It really, really is. It warms my heart to see just that, the different races, and especially the young people. Makes me feel good about the next generation. But here's my question. Yeah. How do you talk, how do you talk to your children about it? Do you have that conversation at home? If you live in, say, an all-white neighborhood, how do you talk to your children about racism?
It's a hard topic, because we usually talk about the opposite of that, which is the good thing, like not what you shouldn't be doing, but what you should be doing. And so I think the conversations are about how we approach people who are, who are different than us. How do we manage differences is really of what's about.
Now, you have a free webinar tonight. Could you talk about that real briefly?
Yes. We're going to talk about how to show up and stand up to racism. So showing up part is, some of the questions that you were asking, like how do you talk to your children? But more importantly, how do you be as a person? We're all interested in what you do, but what kind of characteristics and what kind of competencies do you need to have? And then what do you do? How do you stand up? Is really about some of the things that people have been just hungering for. How do we manage this right now?
It's a tough topic, but one I think has to be addressed, especially in light of what's happening in the world right now. Dr. Deborah Plummer, thank you so much for your time this morning, and good luck with the webinar tonight.
Thank you.